girly.
Hi, girly.
Hi, blondie.
I know. It's weird, hey?
I know. And do you know what? I'm really disappointed in myself because I really wish that I had noted it before you noted it for me.
If it helps you, Joe didn't note it. And,
they never do.
And as in, he had our baby for about 3.5 hours.
God, wasn't it glorious?
Well,
though?
although I was quite hungover. So I like.
Oh, okay.
I know.
What did you get up to?
It was the second hangover of my parenthood.
Worth it?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Oh my God. I can't believe I haven't told you about this. I mean, it's not that huge, but we went on a NCT group night out and I had my first tequila shot in 2 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah, felt like home.
Was it good or terrible?
No,
or...
it was good. Although the next day I was like, this is a lot. But it was great. We had a boogie.
Oh my God, where did you go?
We went for dinner in Raza. Do you know where that is?
No.
It's like an Indian place on Church Street. Anyways,
Fun.
It's nice. Then we went to the Old Shillelagh. Do you know what that is? Irish bar pub thing.
Great.
Then we went to you'll know this, Clissold Park Tavern?
Yes.
Yes. And they had like it felt like a boiler room set. Like there was it was really weird. Anyways, the TJ. And then we went to the Maldmay Club.
Tequila shot.
Club,
God, you had a whole night.
I know.
You went to like 4 or 5 different places.
I know.
Who suggested the shot?
It's because one of them.
I want to be friends with that one.
It wasn't me.
Sorry, how did you pull that off? Getting all the mums out NCT mums out for a night out.
Sorry, it was 6 out of 10 of us managed to go.
But still, that's good going.
7 I don't know. Yeah, no, it was great.
I mean, we went on a night away recently. We did. We had one night away with a
slightly
friend of
less
ours.
boozy.
It was less boozy. It was kind of because
your condition.
My condition.
Yeah.
I was a bit of a drag. But that was tough. There was 3 of there was supposed to be more of us. They couldn't do it. Then there was 3 of us. Then our poor friend, her baby got super ill. And what was a shame at the time is I just thought to myself, and this is no shade to dads, but that doesn't happen to dads.
No, it doesn't happen.
It never happens to dads that dads have plans with other dads and it falls through because of baby stuff.
Yeah.
That does not happen.
I will say they make fewer plans.
They do.
So the ratio of how much can happen, you know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah.
They're not great at making the plan.
They make fewer plans for sure.
But anyway, I was glad we got to do it.
No, it was amazing.
Yeah. So how was being drunk?
Well, this is.
Oh my God, talk to me.
Thing is, I didn't even, despite the shot, I wasn't drunk. Like, it really doesn't take much these days to get me tipsy, right? So
a beer.
The volume, exactly. So like the shot was by far the most extreme thing I did, but I still obviously got the hangover because I haven't really drunk in such a long time. But it was so funny because you're out and about and like there's obviously like when you're really young everything feels new and like naughty and then for a long time you're just used to going out and about, but it all felt like really new and naughty again. It was like, oh my God, look at all us out and about.
And you
drinking.
didn't on the dance floor like sometimes like me and Ben will be dancing at home or something. And I'll be like, oh my God, sorry, have you just like aged 15 years in 2 seconds? Yeah. Like, were you on the dance floor like, oh my God, where's my rhythm right now?
No, firstly, I think the reason we kept going to new places is because we kept being the oldest ones there. And then we found a place where we were the youngest ones. So we were like, oh yeah, this is the vibe.
This is the cool.
This is good. This is good. But anyways, it was a great time. Next day I got my hair dyed. Now I'm a bit blonde.
Oh my God, Gel.
Here we are.
You're ready for summer.
I'm
ready for your wedding summer.
What's been going on with you besides giving birth imminently?
Yes, a month away.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? So I'm just over a month away. So I actually have a pregnancy update, which is, so we were in Mallorca.
I'm pregnant.
I'm pregnant, guys. We were in Mallorca last week, so I needed to get permission to fly. So I thought, let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's get a scan. Had a scan at 33 weeks.
Yeah.
And baby's all good.
Yeah.
The only little ish is she's not engaged.
Oh, she's unengaged.
She's unengaged.
Head at the top?
Head at the top. Can't remember what the head is.
Okay.
Don't ask me details.
Sorry.
This is
your story. I thought.
But also, like, you're getting an update.
Got it.
Yeah, she's not engaged. So apparently at this point in the pregnancy, 92% of babies are engaged.
Yeah.
So she is one of 8%.
Percent. You know what I mean? Like they throw all kinds of stuff at you.
I appreciate the stats.
Okay.
I'm here for the stats. It really helps me.
Okay, sure.
So what that means is that 8% becomes 2% by 37 weeks.
The 8% that aren't yet engaged usually.
Yes,
Right.
is 2% at 37 weeks. So basically we just have to cross our fingers that in the next 2 weeks she flips.
Are you doing the exercises?
I actually need to do those.
Yeah. I don't know if they work, but at least then you feel like you're
Well, the doctor recommended them.
Oh, yeah, great. Fine.
So I don't think they're complete bullshit.
Fine.
So I do need to do those. And then if I am one of the 2%, I need to get an EMV. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know what it was. Well, I did know what it was, but I didn't know the name. It's when you, for those that don't know, it's when you manually turn the baby with your hands, which I've heard.
Just to confirm, from the outside.
From the outside, from the belly outside, exterior.
Yeah.
Which I've heard is really painful.
I've heard that. I'm glad you said it because I was about to say.
And not to fearmonger for any, but it's also just good to be, also like when the doctor says, it will be a bit painful, you know it's going to be painful.
Yeah.
So really hoping I don't have to do that.
Same.
One of my NCT friends, she had an EMV the first time round and it didn't work for her. Yeah. And she said it was so painful.
Well, this is the thing, is what's the likelihood of it working?
So and this is a fact because I know I sprout a lot of bullshit on this podcast, but this is a fact.
Here comes a fact.
Here comes a fact, girlies. Is that the second time round, your odds are much better that it works.
With baby number 2?
With baby number 2.
Okay.
So I really do need to get unlucky for this not to go cesarean way. I'd need to not be, I'd need to be the 1 in 4 that doesn't now engage of the 8%.
Yeah.
And then my chances of the EMV working are about 60 to 70%.
Okay.
So I'd need to be quite unlucky.
Just to throw it out there, how against having a cesarean are you?
It wouldn't be my first choice only because one of each I feel is like the dud deal of...
Yeah, like you've opened the door, why open the sunroof?
Exactly.
Yeah, I get you. Because like on paper, I feel like you're a quite good candidate.
Why do you say that?
Because I feel like you like to be in control. You like to know when things are happening and you don't like contractions.
But I don't mind contractions as long as I have the epidural.
Oh, fine, because then you master pain.
Because then I've mastered pain.
Yeah. 100%.
So no, it's mainly just that I touch wood. I was very lucky first time round that physically, my body recovered in a way. You know, in the grand, don't get me wrong, it was fucking terrible. But in the grand scheme of things, I was really lucky with my birth.
Yeah.
So I just feel like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And C-section is it's no picnic.
No, of course.
And
it's
also huge, I just, obviously when you're second time round, I think your biggest fear is around your first baby.
Yeah.
And I really feel that might be the most difficult part, which is when you're so tired and you're so in the pits of newborn life, and you're giving everything to your firstborn so that they're not feeling jealous and blah blah blah. But if I can't pick her up, no, I mean, although literally, like, you know, I am just so second class citizen in our household.
What do you mean?
In terms of, shout out to any second favorite parents out there.
Shout out to you, Joe.
Joe, me and you we can go for a beer and no one can care that we've left the house.
What do you mean?
So Ben's obviously always been a fave.
Yeah.
A fave.
A fave
of 2.
Yeah.
I would say we were on par.
I mean, there were definitely times where you were the fave.
Yes, it flipped and flopped.
Yes, it flip-flopped.
Flip-flopped. And I think that was fair based on the fact that we were
co-parenting.
We were co-parenting.
Yeah.
Since he's been away, he went away for 3 nights.
Yeah.
And since he's been away, oh my God, that child is like in pain if he's not in the room.
Aww.
Which, yeah, is all cute and everything. And to be honest, I am happy that it's me.
Yeah.
Me going through this. I'm happy that it's him being chosen because Ben could not take this shit.
Yeah, I couldn't take it.
He would pass away.
Yeah.
Literally. He could not take this for a second. But I do just want to seriously, though, shout out those parents because it is quite upsetting.
Yeah.
It really genuinely is.
Of course.
Like, don't get me wrong. Is there the odd time when you're both absolutely shattered and you ask, and I asked Joey, who do you want to do? Who wants to do bedtime? Daddy. Oh, okay, baby. Well, she's, we'll do what you want. So once in a blue moon does it coming in handy for sure.
Yeah.
But is it actually, does it rip out my soul when he leaves the room and she's like, Daddy? Sorry, are you joking? I pushed you out my vagina. Like, do you actually realize the sacrifices, the bodily sacrifices I have made for you?
How smug has Ben?
No, I think he feels bad.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so I know that most of our listeners are mums, not dads. And I know probably favourite parents are more likely to be mums.
Yeah.
But if there are any second favourite parents out there, whether they're dads or mums, shout out to you. It's not an easy road.
Yeah, we've definitely got a bit of separation anxiety going on at the moment, but it's for me.
Yeah, so you're the chosen one.
But I mean, it's not, you can't really compare it because he spends 90% of his time with me.
Yes.
So it's, but what is interesting is that like in the house, sometimes I'll pass him over to Joe and he'll be like, oh, like reaching back.
That's so
really
so
sad,
hard.
really sad. But when I hand him off at nursery, he's got the biggest smile on his face. I know, but it's not specific to Joe.
I think, no, but I also think it's probably because like when you leave the house, he's almost certainly more than fine.
No, correct. Yeah, it's like in our home.
Yeah, it's just when you're around, when he can smell you, when he can sense you.
You can just sense it. Yeah.
Anyway, how is that sweet boy apart from missing his mammy?
Boy. It's so funny. I picked him up from nursery the other day and they said, he he likes to just kind of sit and the crawling babies deliver him toys and he just accepts their offerings.
King Leo.
Lazy king. There I was like, within minutes of being at nursery, that boy's going to be walking all over the place.
He's just like, you, bring that truck over here
Get over here. No, he is, the thing is, it's getting to that point where like, so Leo's never been much of a mover, right?
No, he has not.
And I've always just said to myself, like, just don't give it any thought because obviously you're constantly like, there's always the risk of like, of course, right? But we're now getting to a point where like one by one, like every baby in our NCT class is definitely crawling, some beginning to walk.
Yeah. And
I'm like, ooh.
I do think...
At what point do I need it? My mum the other day goes, have you been to the pediatrician about it? I was like, no, I haven't been to the pediatrician about it. But he does have his 8 to 10 month, 10 to 11, whatever it is, checkup coming up. So
I don't know he's going to do that well at that checkup.
I know.
I remember doing that checkup and... I was a bit smuggy at that checkup because she's very advanced.
Yeah.
But I remember thinking, I bet a lot of babies don't do well here because it's that they do test quite advanced things.
Well, so one of my friends told me that her friend, this is a friend of a friend story.
Okay.
I accept that. However, she said she went to the 10 to 12 month, 10 to 12, whatever it is, 10 to 12 months.
I think it's the year checkup.
Yeah, right. Well, I got a letter saying 8 to 10. Anyways, I think maybe different bars.
Yes.
You get it. So whatever it is, some month checkup. And firstly, the woman goes, so how many times are you feeding at night? And she goes, not at all. What do you mean? This is a sleep trained child.
Yeah.
0.
With pride. None.
12 hours a night, baby. None. And she goes, they should be having milk like once a night at least. And she was like, huh? And then the woman goes, can they say 3 words with meaning? And she was like, no. No, they can't say 3 words with meaning. I don't even know what that means. And she goes, okay. I'm going to suggest then that we put them on like a special needs pathway. And she goes, okay, I guess, because obviously you're like, okay. And she goes, so are they going to nursery? She goes, yeah, he's starting nursery at 1. She goes, okay, then he can't do the special needs pathway. So I'm going to put that you've rejected to give him the special needs pathway. And she obviously came out of this just like, what in the world is going on? Turns out this specific woman has many reviews of being a bit insane.
I was going to say, that sounds like a psychotic
Because
woman.
if you're asking, are they being fed in the night and can they speak in the same appointment? You're very confused about the age range.
Do you want my kid to be autonomous or not?
I know, but yes.
Right?
But I just feel as this appointment's coming up, like this whole time I've been very chillaxed and be like, he'll do it when he does it. But I feel like a professional's about to tell me that he's behind.
Listen, I don't know the stats on this, obviously.
Yeah.
However, I would be very surprised if there isn't a strong correlation between lack of mobility and weight. And I think it's fair to say that Leo's probably in the 95 plus percentiles.
I think he's 97th percentile, yeah.
So
it's hard to heave that belly.
But genuinely.
Yeah.
Like fair play. That kid's carrying weight.
Yeah. Also clearly he's very influential and kids bring him things. So
sometimes when you just got it, you don't need to. Yeah. I've said this since early on. My money on Leo is he'll skip crawling altogether.
Yeah.
He'll just go straight to walking.
That's demeaning, guys. I'm going to go on my feet.
Why would I want to stare at the floor? I'm a king.
I'm a lazy king.
But it is easier said than done to be like, I'm not going to worry about, my kid getting behind.
Well, that's the thing. And I've really tried to just be like, there's such a range. Anyways, it doesn't matter. But it's exactly that. It's hard. You tell yourself, it's a bit like when people are like, don't take your due date seriously. And you're like, no, I'm not going to. And then every day over your due date, you're like, where the fuck is this baby?
Yeah.
It's like that. You can tell yourself as much, like it's obviously fine. But somewhere in your mind, it's like, you obviously just want your baby to be healthy and all of the rest
Well, I
of it.
remember that when they were like 3 months old, we got told, some babies are smiley, some babies aren't.
Yeah.
And every other baby in the NCT group had cracked a smile. This was at like 3 months.
Wow, yeah.
And she had not even remotely cracked a smile.
Oh, interesting.
And, well, I mean, Ben is like, that's bullshit, because when she was milk drunk, she'd be like,
yeah, that doesn't count.
But it doesn't count, thank you. And so I was like, that doesn't count. But so I was just like, oh my God, I don't have a smiley baby. And then I was worried she wasn't going to smile at all.
Yeah.
But then she smiled.
Can't confirm she smiles all the time.
She's cool.
So it's fine. Yeah.
But when it's you, it is hard to be like, no, I know, it's fine.
Yeah, no, it's fine. The other thing that doesn't help is that he looks like a 2-year-old. So like size-wise, and also because he's got so much hair. Like I told you, right, when we went to the aquarium, they're like, where's his ticket? I was like, what do you mean?
Stop.
And they were like, oh, is he under 2? I was like, yes, he is 10 months old.
Oh, I'm so happy for him. He's living his best life at nursery.
He is really enjoying it. The illness thing is not ideal. So he has been low-key ill since he started nursery, which I know people always warn you about, but it's obviously not great. And he currently has double conjunctivitis, which is quite gross. Yeah. I've actually spent most of the day running around for this reason, because he got it a bit last night. So I filled out like the GP contact form. Then this morning they called me. I missed it because I was parenting.
Of course.
Then I called them back and they were like, okay, we have an appointment at 3. I was like, I can't do 3. I'm going to the dentist because pregnancy ravaged my teeth. I need a filling.
God, doesn't it just?
Yeah. Needed a filling, needed to go to the hygienist. So they gave me an appointment that was like I was like, the earliest I could do is this. And then they gave me one 10 minutes before that time. And they were like, that's all I can do. I was like, okay, I'm just going to have to make a run for it. Went to the hygienist, which, by the way, was excruciating.
Stop. I have dentist phobias. I actually don't know if I can partake.
But the only reason I'm mentioning it is because I was lying there thinking, I gave unmedicated birth really not that long ago, but this hurts.
Really? Did it?
Yes.
And just the hygienist.
She was like, you're very sensitive. I was like, I didn't get an epidural. I didn't say that.
You should have. You should get a tattoo.
Anyway, so then that finishes. I run to try and make this appointment at the GP's. I'm obviously...
Where is Leo?
With me. Sorry.
What did he do at the hygienist?
While I was at the dentist, Joe's mum really kindly looked after him. I know. And I was thinking, like, how do people do this? Do people just take their babies to the dentist? I don't know. Not everyone has
I think people, honestly, they just, like, I saw this woman in Tesco the other day. She had 3 kids with her. They were not fucking about. They were tearing around. And I just, like, I think I said something. I was just like, wow, like, good for you. She was like, I'm a professional. Like, she was clearly a nanny. But, like, she said it in a really funny way. She was like, I'm a profesh. But, like, really earnestly. But yeah, I think people just get on with it, you know?
People just get on with it. Okay, well, next time I bring him to the dentist. This time I was like, Joe's mum kindly offered. So she had a dentist. Nice. So then I collected him for her. Then I was running to the GP appointment to try and get them there because of the huge gunks coming out of his eyeballs. Only because we're flying to Germany on Thursday. And I was like, it is Easter. If it gets worse, I want the meds, blah, blah, blah. Get there 12 minutes late. She's like, yeah, you missed your appointment. I was like, you got to get me in. You got to get me in. She's like, okay, but you're going to have to wait 20 minutes. He was obviously not happy. I wasn't happy. Eventually they got me in. We got the prescription to the thing. But I've just had one of those days where I've just spent all day racing and sweating. Classic mum day.
Well, congrats. You made it to the end of the day. You can have a glass of wine.
And I might. Yeah.
Talking of holiday, I was on holiday.
I know you were.
Last week. What's it called when you... Spontaneous.
Okay.
Yeah, we just thought, we had a little spontaneous trip. Ben's mother has a flat in Mallorca.
Lovely.
Yeah, really nice. And so she very kindly let us go. The objective was like wholesome time with Joey before baby number 2.
Really cute.
It was really nice. What I would say is I do take issue with the word holiday.
Yeah.
One of our listeners raised this early doors.
Yeah.
And she said, parenting abroad.
It's parenting
Guys,
abroad,
it needs to be relabeled. And I do think that that's apt.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's controversial or whether this is like widely accepted, but I'm going to say I think holidaying is harder parenting than not holidaying.
Really interesting.
What do you think?
So I think it goes through phases because I think there's times where you spend most of your time actually just getting them out and about looking at stuff, but they can still like be in the pram.
Yeah.
And like in those...
Do you mean age phases?
Age phases,
Got it.
Yes, sorry. Like I remember there being a phase where I actually thought, because Leo loved just being out and about and like just seeing the world, but didn't need much else, like was still just breastfeeding and stuff. Going on holiday was actually quite nice because like he still slept quite a lot and all the rest of it, and you were working out routine anyways. Whereas I imagine once they've hit full toddlerhood and like they do much better on like a proper routine and loads of stuff to do that is not sitting in a restaurant.
Yeah.
I imagine it gets way harder.
Yeah, it's like, the thing is, I'm really pleased we went because I feel like our objective was satisfied. Like we had really wholesome moments.
Yeah.
Like she tried ice cream for the first time.
Cute.
She played in the sand for the first time. We built a sand castle. And I do feel like also because I've got a really bad memory, I do feel like we captured some photos that I'll probably look at for the rest of my life and remember that moment. And so I'm really glad that we did it.
Yeah, cute.
However, oh my God, I found it really hard.
You had a terrible time.
I didn't have a terrible time, but it was like, I found it really difficult, especially at the beginning.
But you're also parenting like 9 months pregnant.
I'm also, yes, but Ben is doing a lot of the heavy lifting.
Yeah, I believe it.
But like, for example, sleep.
Yeah.
She did not sleep well.
Oh.
She is a good sleeper, but she's quite precious about her environment.
Bit of a princess on the pee.
She's a bit of a princess, yeah. So, she, with the exception of the first night when she hadn't napped all day and she just somehow didn't get the overtired,
amazing,
like wake up at 5 thing.
Yeah.
So she slept the whole night through. Every other night she was up in the night. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know. So obviously everything is so hard.
Did you panic order blackout blinds to be installed at Ben's mother's flat?
No, it was blackout.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that was my first assumption.
No, it was blackout.
Was it the clock change? No, that was after.
No, we kept her on the same timing.
Yeah.
So we just put her to bed 1 hour later because obviously Spain's just 1 hour ahead. I think it was, I don't even know what it was because I'm not gloating, I'm not tempting, but we've been back a few nights and she's slept through the night since. She's back to that.
Also, sorry, side note, how amazing is this clock change this way around?
I didn't have it in the same way that you had it because it happened the day that we came back.
Oh, it's giving me a new lease of life.
What do you mean?
Because Leo now wakes up in 7 instead of 6. And it's just stayed that way.
Yes.
Knock on wood.
But now does he not go to bed an hour later?
30 minutes later.
So you moved him 30 minutes before?
Well, I guess so.
Because basically you used to put him to bed at 7 and he used to wake up at 6.
Yeah.
And then we had a discussion and you said, I'm going to try putting him to bed at 6:30.
Yeah.
Did that work?
Yeah, although I'm confused now because we now put him to bed at 7.
I find the clock change
anyways
so confusing, like forward, back, and out.
It basically, yes, also because of nursery, everything got moved really early because he was always really tired after nursery, and basically the clock change just like got us closer to the routine we actually want.
Great.
So it was really great for us.
But it's not just the sleeping, it's the plane. The plane traveling is so hard.
Yeah.
We got relatively lucky. She was relatively well behaved, but sorry, just like it is a tall order asking a toddler to just sit on your lap for 2.5 hours.
I know,
like it's killer.
Yeah.
And also just like little things, like I would say that in the grand scheme of life, in like the world, I would say that Ben and I are above average in terms of
I'm excited.
the quality of our execution of parenting.
Okay, yeah, good.
Above average.
Yeah.
I would say that most people we know are above average.
Nice.
Like think about the population. There's some
Oh my God.
No, but there's some ropey parenting going on.
Sure.
No shade to anyone.
Yeah,
but,
no shade to you ropey parents.
No, but like people are drinking 5 cans a day and like being a parent. We're doing better than that.
I wouldn't say that's the average.
No, but they're pulling the average down.
Right.
So I reckon we're above. I'm not saying we're the best.
Where do you think you're at out of 10?
No, don't set me up like that, you bitch. I'm going with above average. But what I would say is we are barely keeping our child alive.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So like the actual, so we're giving it 100%.
Yeah.
And we're both there.
Yeah.
But we are
suicide mission.
We are missing A&E trips by the skin of our teeth.
Oh God, that really scares
It's just
me.
like, if you don't if you forget to put the dishwasher door back up.
Yeah.
And sorry, like you're that close to your child like taking a sharp knife and just chewing on it.
Oh, no.
As in, I'm not saying I found her with a knife.
No, I know.
didn't.
I know you're not.
But like
you
see her, I saw her like standing next to the thing. I was like, oh my God. So, you're that close.
Yeah.
It's like, you're that close from the other day. I was brushing her teeth and she somehow like swiveled the tap to scolding without me noticing.
Yeah.
She was just like putting her feet under it.
Yeah.
And like, I can't even remember how I realized or something. But anyway, it kept from being, but sorry, how is everyone keeping their kids alive?
I know. But I think we all just have those moments all the time. Like just that reminds me, the exact same thing the other day when brushing his teeth, where like he was like this close to like putting his hand around the radiator, which was like boiling hot. I just like swiped at the last second. And it obviously just gets worse the more mobile they become. Like mine doesn't even move and he's in trouble.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's so hard. And also I have to, because I don't know if this is a Ben and I thing or if this is a man and a woman thing, but when we're out with her, I definitely have more of like an anxious,
you're in
like
hazard
fear-mongering brain.
Yeah.
In terms of like when she's walking, I'll be just looking ahead of her.
Yeah. Oh my God. Don't you feel like your whole perception of threat has changed?
in a really like scary way.
I actually think that's the way I can most like define how my brain has 100% shifted. Like I'm just so aware of potential danger in a way that I wasn't before.
And obviously like I'm really trying hard not to be a helicopter parent.
Of course.
But like literally like she'll be walking with a spoon.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, if she trips and that like rams down her throat, she's a goner.
Oh my God.
But it's like all of these things.
You're having intrusive thoughts.
It's the problem is unless you reject those thoughts, they consume you and then get then it's considerably worse.
Yeah.
I do think it might be a men and women thing. I'm not saying there's not exceptions, but I think men generally are really good at living in the moment.
I mean, the way they chuck kids around, dads hit different.
Yeah. And the way that they're like so playful and blah, blah, blah. And I'm literally there just being like, okay, well, if she just reached out, she would feel a holly bush. And then, you know, we're there and I'm like, oh my God, Ben, you know, like, so for example, we're walking down the beach. There's like a rock. I call it a rock cliff. It's not a rock cliff, but you know, on a beach, you have like a big step of rock.
Yeah.
She's walking maybe a meter away from that.
Yeah.
But Ben is lingering at a way where if it were me, I would be within 15 centimeters of her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Ben, just get close. And he's like, I got it. And I'm just like, no, but the risk reward just isn't there. If she were to peg it,
I know,
you might not make it. No. And he's like, Katie, I've got it. Chill.
Yeah, I know.
And so I am trying to check myself in those moments to be cool, because also if you aren't cool, then
in those moments when I'm having intrusive thoughts, I always think about people who have like 8 children. And I'm like, you're not looking that closely at all of your 8 children.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
But is it even intrusive though?
No.
Like, it's not like I'm thinking she's going to jump in front of a train.
No, but I do think it's, as you've just said, I think there's a fine line between awareness and anxiety. And I do think we need to keep ourselves in check. I mean, it's correct as a parent to be aware of dangers. Like, that is literally our job, right? But it's you've just defined it so well. It's exactly that. It's, are you enabling them to live their life and you not be a nervous wreck? Like, you need to find that balance of keeping them safe, but it not impacting you. And it's hard. Like, that's hard work. It's just hard work.
So it was just a takeaway of mine from the holiday that we had a really nice time and I'm really glad we went, but
we won't be going again.
No, but I genuinely think it was harder than if we had stayed at home, just around like home comforts.
Yeah.
And so I think it's really difficult getting that balance between, you know, we have these memories now, and that's amazing. But I do think it's hard finding the balance between adventure and creating memories, but also like in the moment joy.
Yeah.
And not that it wasn't joyous, because there was moments of such joy. But, you know, I remember I have spoken to so many parents where they come off holiday and it was just like a bitter disappointment because they've taken a week off work. They've spent all this money. They think 100%. It's going to be this amazing bit.
Yeah.
And maybe less than 5% of it is genuinely amazing.
Yeah.
And then the other 95% is really fucking difficult.
Well, what helped me is our friend we went to Portugal with was like, the good news is, guys, after a few years, you just forget how fun it used to be.
Also, that same friend, to be fair, she was just like, we are no longer doing holidays unless there's childcare on the holiday.
Yeah, because she says otherwise it's not a holiday.
Yeah, and I do think it is, I think we've spoken about this before, but I do think it is really helpful to create boundaries for yourself or like parameters within which, you know, if you meet within those, you will have an enjoyable enough holiday.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's different trips you can go on, right? And you can choose, like, do we want this to be like a family adventure that's probably going to be horrible at times and we laugh through it? Or do we want to like prioritize ourselves and our time this time and find a way to do that, right?
Yeah, so how's 2 months in Japan going for you?
We cannot wait.
Woo! Have you actually committed to that?
No, we haven't, no.
Okay.
We're still deliberating.
Great.
We like to just leave it till late enough that it requires us to remortgage our home to book the flight.
Yes.
Yeah. We enjoyed booking travel that way. In a pod first, I've come prepared with some stories.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
No, sorry. Can we just end that sentence slightly earlier?
Yeah.
In a pod first, she's come prepared with anything.
We've got some write-ins.
Love it.
I downloaded them this morning.
Great.
Actually. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Before you do that, can I just thank? We got our first message from a stranger.
Yeah.
And I don't want to call her a stranger because she's
a friend.
She's a friend.
She's a pod girly.
She is.
Pod girly.
But we got our first message from a follower on our Instagram who listens to our pod, who was just going through a bit of a rough time of it. Her daughter was sick. Her husband was away. She was in the pits. And just, reached out and said she was enjoying the pod. And honestly, I appreciated that message so much. So shout out to you, girl. You know who you are.
Day.
It was lovely.
Just to know that we've made someone's day a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
How amazing.
Amazing.
I really hope your baby's doing better.
Yeah. So anyway, please write in generally confessions at
ibegyourpardon.co.uk. However, we will also check our Instagram messages.
Yes.
So you may also do that.
So DM if you're a social.
DM. This is very relevant to holidaying. Are you ready?
Ready, baby.
This is gonna make you feel better about your recent holiday. Okay. So our baby's first flight did not go to plan yesterday. After the 4-hour flight to Madeira, the plane couldn't land because of extreme winds. So we circled around for ages, but eventually had to abort and fly 1.5 hours backwards to Porto Airport. We then sat on the tarmac to refuel, which took ages. And then some of the passengers demanded to get off. So we had to wait hours for them to identify their bags. No. And then the plane took us back to Gatwick.
No.
So to confirm, we sat on a plane for 11 hours to go from Gatwick to Gatwick. And now we're in an airport hotel.
That is so much worse than I thought it was going to be.
I know. Madeira got sacked and it's the Cotswolds instead.
I mean, the Cotswolds is lovely.
Lovely, but sorry, spending 11 hours on the plane.
Day from hell. Do you know how old her kid is?
10 months. Yeah.
Also, can you imagine how toxic that plane environment is?
I know.
As in, people get really shitty really quickly.
Yeah, cleared the plane in Porto.
Jesus, 11 hours in the plane.
It's just so bad. It's so bad. The only thing it has going for it that because it was the baby's first flight, it will just go down in the history books of that family. You know?
Also, we just have to count their blessings that there's one kid still.
Yeah.
Because this is the other thing. When I was on holiday, it gave me the fear for 4. Yeah. As in not for 4 kids, for a family of 4.
Yeah.
Because the only saving grace was that there wasn't another one.
I know.
Obviously it was made harder by the fact that I was pregnant, but when we were on the plane, for example, Ben had to take Joey, mainly because my belly was so big that she literally couldn't fit between me and the seat. Aww. I know, tragic.
No, it's lovely.
But also being on that plane or getting out the house with all of your suitcases.
I mean, how?
How do you push? How do you do all of the things with 2 kids?
I'm really excited for you to tell me because I don't know.
So
are you ready for this?
No.
Okay.
But the thing is, I don't think people are ever ready.
Yeah.
I think people just get impatient about being pregnant.
Well, it's like how you can never actually be ready for one baby.
Yes.
Really.
But I think people get to the point where they're like, oh, for fuck's sake, get this baby out of me.
That's why pregnancy is designed that way. So by the end,
really?
You're like, no, obviously not.
Okay, well, that would have been good also. Good for them. But I mean, I'm sure there are some people, but I think very few people are like, right, we're just waiting for this baby now. Especially when it's number 2.
Yeah.
So no, we're not.
But I mean, are you doing any mental... are you taking time to really relax, for example?
When do you think we're doing that?
Well, I'm more mean you, actually.
When do you think I'm doing that?
I don't know.
Yeah, no.
But at the moment, there's still that opportunity.
I know.
Because Ben can take Joey out of the house and you can watch TV for an hour.
Yeah.
Whereas when you have 2, you will not get that opportunity.
Well, I would really like to get an overnight stay with me and Ben just one more time.
Yeah.
The thing is, and I know you've just got to do these things, but when Ben went away, I saw how sad she was. And for us both to go away and us to put that on one of our parents for at least one night,
Oh, really?
I just don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, it will be worth it. Like, we'll have a great time.
But she has a great time with your parents.
No, she does, but it's not the parents thing.
I know
it's
that.
like there will be tears.
Yeah.
There will be moments of unpleasantness. And it's just like, oh, do I just want to... It's also like feeling unfair to the babysitters too. Like Ben and I made a boo-boo the other day. We were going to a friend's house and we didn't need to leave till like 6:30. So that was when she was getting her bath. Yeah. We left it too late basically. And then Joey was tired and upset that we were leaving. And, you know, I just said to Ben, like, we were just not fair to his mum at that point. Right. Because she could have been Ben, and she still would have been upset. So I do, you do feel a responsibility to make sure that you are setting up an environment where everyone has a good time. Yes. But anyway, I do really want, it's a good point.
Well, I mean, babysitting will be a much bigger ask when there's two.
That is true, but I do feel very lucky that both the parents, like, they're not phased by two, I don't think.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow, that's very lucky.
I lined up my mum and dad for your wedding.
Wow.
Yeah. The other day. We're going to theirs this Easter, so we're talking about
logistics.
The logistics.
The big baby logistics.
But I did set their expectation that I'm hoping it will be two.
Yeah.
And they were like, two's absolutely fine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just to state it once again on the record, new baby can come to the wedding.
No, that's very sweet of you. And
obviously.
She may be there.
Obviously,
She may be there.
Yeah.
But I would like it if she wasn't.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got another write-in.
Great.
I love this one.
Okay.
Sorry, it's so good. I was in a baby class when one of the mums alerted the group she was just going to use the opportunity to quickly go to the loo while her toddler is in safe hands and distracted.
Fair enough.
The second she left, this child absolutely lost it, shouting for mama and having a full-blown meltdown. The instructor paused and announced that this was a beautiful example of such a clearly healthy attachment and a real testament to their bond. Now, I also had to pee, but I knew that my toddler wouldn't give even a single shit if I left the room. So then I was just there debating whether to wee myself or ask the neighbouring mum to pinch my child as I walk out the door to feign even a fraction of a reaction.
Although, arguably, isn't that the more isn't that the more positive one?
When they don't care.
Yeah.
So obviously I Googled this after Leo didn't give a shit because of nursery. And apparently it can present itself in a few different ways. So
did you ask ChatGPT though?
Yeah.
Are you
done with ChatGPT?
I've had it. I've had it with ChatGPT being the third parent.
Because they just agree with everything you're saying.
Because they're just so fucking they're just gaslighting whatever they're saying. I saw something on the line where this woman put in ChatGPT that she was leaving her husband and her child. And it was like, what a brave decision. You know, I respect that kind of autonomy. If that's what you need to be happy, you go and do that.
Oh, that's so
and then
funny.
I just reflected on that and I don't trust it anymore.
No, I think you're 100% right. It will give back what you put into it. For sure. Like I've had, like it just repeats back to you what you're saying.
But what was the takeaway?
Well, it was saying that it can look both like babies being upset when you leave. The original like attachment test is that you leave the room and your baby's upset for a bit, but then calms very quickly.
Yes.
And that when you come back, they're really like, they love seeing you and then quickly go back to what they're doing. And they're not either super clingy as though it's like giving them great anxiety. And they're also not ambivalent about you coming back.
Like, this makes me feel good.
Like they care and then they just kind of go on with their life, right?
They care more about Ben, but they still care about me.
Lovely,
cool.
Right? So I think it's actually quite a bit about the return moment. I might be talking shit, but I think the original test is they do check whether the baby's at all upset when you leave as well, right? Which Leo's delighted when he sees me again, doesn't care when I leave.
Wouldn't read too much into it.
Not going to read too much into
No.
it. Not going to read too much into it. And to be fair, it's made nursery adjustments so much easier.
Yeah.
Because he just, like, it's really sweet. Like, they open the door for him and he recognizes them and he's really excited and happy to see them. And it's really cute.
Also, last thing on holiday, and then I'll shut up about it.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, 7 days in a row of parenting hits different when you've had because Joey does Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So we've basically been doing a day on, day off.
Yes.
Let me tell you, 7 days feels like a lot when you've done the nursery.
Well, I'm
thing.
having this right now because this week my nursery is closed.
Yeah.
So he's not doing 2 days a week. And I'm like, what do you mean?
Also, 2 days a week, although 2 days a week compared to 0.
Yeah.
We'll take it. We'll take what we can get.
We'll take it.
All right,
yes.
girly.
Yes, we better go because we have to go to sleep soon.
I need a takeaway pizza.
For those listening, Katie just blew me a kiss from across the room. Oh.
I'm just thinking about.
I caught it.
I kind of what I was actually doing, really embarrassingly,
It's
is
also
in
really
the
central.
in the back of my mind. I was thinking, right, what takeaway am I having?
Yeah, what you
And
having?
so, that's why I wanted to wrap this up. Like, we've done long enough, right? Like, get me dinner.
What are you gonna have?
Well, I actually had the most amazing takeaway pizza last night.
Where from?
Basilic. This is going to be boring for listeners.
Basilico.
I'll tell you after the pod.
Okay.
But it was amazing,
Wow.
and I might have to have a reorder.
Basilico's usually only a 2 a.m. order for me.
But I also never order takeaway pizza.
Yeah.
Unless it's Pizza Express and then I heat it up in the oven.
Delicious.
Anyway.
Okay. Well,
Here's my kiss again. Bye.
Bye.